good morning. It's Edna Keep from Regina, Saskatchewan, and welcome to Mindset Monday. Boy, I can really see that sun just shining in my background here. I don't mind that at all. Sorry for those of you that weren't aware that I was going to be missing on Friday. We did put it out last Friday and again on Monday, but I know how that happens sometimes. So anyway, I'm back live and well. I was down in New York for a couple days at my Mastermind, working with a coach that I've been coaching with now just since December. I had went to a mindset retreat in Fort Lauderdale in, I think it was October. I have to tell you, it was one of the best 3-day events I've ever been to. I teach a lot on mindset. I absolutely believe that mindset is 95% of your success. And the rest is as action. And of course, knowledge is huge. But I've never sat through a 3-day event before, so it was really, really, really good. So good, in fact, that I signed up for coaching with this fabulous lady because she's all about building your business so that you're not overwhelmed by what you're working with. But that your life is your life. And man, she has some really great ideas. I came away with a lot of really good takeaways. One of the biggest things that we talked about this week, or this weekend, actually it wasn't even weekend, it was Thursday and Friday, was about the Kolbe concept. And if you're not familiar with the Kolbe concept, I had actually taken this test. It's like a strength finders test or a disc profile or that sort of thing, but it's geared towards how you will do things. So I'll tell you, it's the best $49.95 US dollars that you'll ever spend, and it really, really shows you the way that you do things. So there's 4 levels of Kolbe, and it's called, the first one is Fact Finder. The second one is Follow Through. The third one is Quick Start. And the last one is Implementer. And to really go into detail on it, just go to kolbe.com, and that's KOLBE.com, and take your test. And I would absolutely love to see what your numbers are and then have a conversation about it. When I first started coaching, I coached with Dan Sullivan out of Toronto. And this lady that I'm coaching with now follows a lot of the same stuff that I learned with him. I went for 3 years, and then I changed direction, and I quit that one. But anyway, she was talking this weekend on how it's so important to use your Kolbe when you're hiring somebody. And again, the leverage growth meetings that I'm taking is all about leveraging your business, what you already have, and taking it to the next level. So one of the biggest things that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is finding the right employees. So if you ever hear yourself saying, oh man, I just can't get the right employee. Every person I hire, they don't stay long enough. I spend all this money training them and then they're gone. One of the things that you may want to consider is getting your employee to go through this Kolbe test, because it will examine and tell you how they do things. So it's basically the mode of operation, how you do things, not necessarily how you think, not necessarily how your personality is, but more actually how you'll do things. Now, my numbers are 4591. So that means I'm 4 in Fact Finder. That means I don't need a lot of facts to make a decision. And I'm 5 in Follow Through. And I used to be a lot higher actually in Follow Through. So you can change in this, not a lot, but if you go to your true strengths and really start working in them, you'll notice that you can. So my Follow Through dropped down to 5, and it used to be a 7. And Follow Through is just basically making sure that things get done. 9, Quick Start. So Quick Start basically is how you do things. I come up with lots of ideas. I'm always starting new businesses. I'm always doing new things. Anybody who knows me can definitely attest to that. And then one is Implementer. And Implementer is basically, if you're low an implementer, you're not a person that builds things with their hands. You're a person that builds things with their mind, and that's definitely me. So check it out. Like I said, best $49.95 you'll ever spend. We must have spent at least half a day just on the Kolbe. And then we talked a bit more about strength finders and how to use a combination of the two when you're hiring staff. So very, very good thing to know. One other thing that I want to talk about is besides learning how to hire correctly, we also learned what it takes to be a really good delegator, and not just what they call a fly-by delegator. Fabienne did this really cool little thing. She says, "Hey, catch this as I go by," and she threw a pen and goes, "Hey, I got some work for you. Here it is," and she throws it at him and says, "Okay, there you go, do it for me." And that's not effective delegating, because that person doesn't really know what you want, especially a new hire. So make sure that you spend some time with your new hire delegating exactly what you want them to do, how you want it to look, how much time they expect to be on it, or how much time you expect them to be on it, and check-in times, stuff like that. So definitely different ways of delegating, and I think I've fallen down in that part a lot. I met some very, very interesting people at the event. Oh, I see I got a question here. Chandel says, what's the difference between the Kolbe A, Kolbe B, or Kolbe R? The Kolbe A index is the one I'm recommending for you to take. The Kolbe A is your mode of operation. Kolbe B, I can't remember what that one is. They've actually expanded a lot since I very first took my Kolbe. They now have your Kolbe MO for financial. They have Kolbe for teenagers, which I've bought. I haven't got my girls to do it yet, but I'm going to get them to do it. And they also have, I believe they'll work with you to hire people even. And then they have a whole training on it if you want to get really deep into Kolbe. So just know that the one that I'm speaking of is the Kolbe A. And if you decide if you like it as much as most people do, you might want to explore some of the other ones. I know I've explored several of them. Just the biggest one I got out of it was the Kolbe A. Just going to look at and see if I have what I have for comments here. Good morning, Juanita. Good morning, JJ. Good morning, Amanda, Bev. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Charmaine. Good morning, Doris. And good morning, Terry. Terry says, oh, can't stay off to a funeral, so hopefully next Monday, absolutely, or come back and catch it recorded later. Good morning, Chandel. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Rob. And Chandel has posted up here the Kolbe, and oh, good morning, Lee. Oh, yes, good morning for you, and soon to be good night. Well, I hope you can have your coffee with me this morning. Good morning, Carm. Good morning, Lindy, and good morning, Sasha. Oh, great to have all you guys on here this morning. This is wonderful. So the next thing I was just going to point out that, the events like this are just fantastic. The way that Fabienne runs her groups is it's on a rolling year. So I started in December, so I'll work with her a year, maybe two. They've got, or maybe longer, who knows. It's a multi-year program. And the first year is for activators, and people start and finish at different times. So there were people that I met last time who weren't there this time because they either went up to leverage 2 or they took some time off to implement everything they were learning, that sort of thing. So this time I got to meet, I bet you the room was about half full with new people again. So I got to meet a whole bunch of new people. Each time we go, we get set up with, or we set ourselves up with a new accountability buddy. And if some of you aren't aware of what that is, that's somebody who will hold you accountable for what you say you're going to do. And last time I got an accountability buddy, but you know what? She didn't get, I reached out to her right away. She didn't reach back to me till about 3 weeks. So that one didn't go very well. So we'll hope this one goes a little bit better. And you know what? Not to say it was all her fault, because after she reached back to me in 3 weeks, I was like, well, that's kind of redundant for me. We're a third of the way through our 90 days. I think I'll just skip it. I have my own rituals and stuff. I don't need an accountability partner. That's what I said. And then Fabienne was saying this weekend that a lot of entrepreneurs are solopreneurs and they don't think they need any help or accountability from anyone. And she said that some of the people have been in her programs longer and longer start out saying, yeah, I'm pretty accountable, because most of us are. If we're doing good, we're pretty accountable to ourselves. So she says a lot of you will say, I don't need that and I don't do it. But she says the longer they're in the program, the more that they start realizing how important that accountability buddy is, and wish they would have started sooner. So if any of you need an accountability buddy for what you're working on, reach out to some people in the Joint Venture Secrets Facebook group, because there's other people there that need some accountability too. And you can hold each other's feet to the fire. And what Fabienne recommends is that you talk every day of the week for like 5 minutes, and it's just a check-in. What did you get done that you were working on? What didn't you get done, and how can I support you? And that's it. Back and forth what you're working on this week or today, because you're checking in tomorrow. Now, some people find it hard to commit to every day. Commit to once a week, whatever you can do. Make sure, because the faster that you implement and take the action steps, the faster you can keep moving forward. Okay, so like I said, I met a whole bunch of new people, and one of the things that we always do at the beginning is stand up and introduce ourselves. And I had several approach me saying, do you know what? This is something that I'm really interested. I'm not sure if I just want to be an investor or if it's something that I want to do in my next life or my next time I decide to do something new. So several handed me the cards, several asked for my card. I know somebody who needs to talk to you. So going out to events like that, always priceless. You never know who you're gonna meet or who's gonna help you take things to the next level. Like, there's so many interesting people in this group. One of the people I met, she was actually one of the first people that came up and said hi, and she's a dog trainer. And it was so interesting because she gave us some hints and just a few things that we could do, because both Marge and I have dogs. And of course, there's always certain things that you're liking to learn. So it was very, very interesting just having a conversation with her. Also sat actually one of the fellows that was at our table all weekend. His name was Kelly, and he's a dentist with a multi-million-dollar dental practice in the US. And he's working at setting his practice up so that I think he's down to 3 days a week right now, and wants to get down to 1 day a week and eventually no days a week. And so he's got his team all working for him, other dentists, dental hygienists, that sort of thing. So he was particularly interested in the Colby that we discussed. And he said, Edna, once I get down to 1 day a week, or once I get this practice handled the way I want, I'm going to come and work with you. He says, real estate's always interested me. So, and he says, and I really like the idea of investing in Canada. So it doesn't matter, Canada, US, take those opportunities to meet with like-minded people. It is so powerful. And another takeaway I always take away from these events is I always learn something that helps me further my business, further my growth, and even my own personal development. And I love just sitting in a room with like-minded people who are all working towards similar things. It's so very powerful. So I can't say enough about that kind of stuff. Masterminding is huge. If you can get with a group of people that are on the same page as you, growing and you learn. It doesn't matter if the person's even in the same business as you. I learned several techniques from talking a lot to the dentist this weekend. He is a brilliant guy, and just the way he runs his dental practice was so interesting to hear. There was a lady there with the bed and breakfast. There's social media specialists. There's water specialists. There's SEO specialists. Like, it's just amazing. Publicity specialists. There was even a lady there who's a baby whisperer, and she calls herself the baby sleep whisperer. So she helps babies sleep. So if any of you have any challenges with that, reach out to me. I'd love to give you her name. She's just fabulous. That fabulous service. A fertility specialist, a natural fertility specialist was there. So amazing group of people. Today, the next thing I want to mention is I'm going live on the John McCabe show. And he's a real estate investor, coach, and author based out of Edmonton, Alberta. And he likes to bring people together. He's the host of his own show called the Authority Accelerator. And he's asked me to be on it. So I'm quite excited to be on his show. So if you guys want to check that out, each week he interviews professionals from across North America to discuss their niche and experiences. So go to www.facebook.com/the John Anthony McCabe. And if you click on that link, it'll bring you to the interview live at 1 o'clock. Next thing I want to point out is my marketing team reached out to me this morning and they said, Edna, there's some people saying I didn't get in on the early bird deadline last night. Can you just open it up till 3 o'clock? I was with my family last night, didn't get a chance. So they asked me if I would give till, what time is it? I think it's 3 o'clock this afternoon. Regular tickets are now $99. That means you don't get your $99 back at the door, but it's going to be well worth it. It's going up to $199 this afternoon. So if you can make it, I'd love to meet you. We're getting a great group already. I think we've got 70 people registered, and I can't remember how many she said had reached out to us this morning. So the VIP tickets, $275, going up to $375 this afternoon. The benefit of the VIP is each lunch is included. You can hang out with the rest of the VIPs, which are the speakers and the other movers and shakers in the community. Get to know the people who are doing things. And lunch, and we've had events at the DoubleTree before. The events or the meals are fabulous. And then also on Tuesday night we have a special dinner for the VIPs as well. So it'll well be worth it. You get front row seating and that sort of thing. We've got a total of 15 expert speakers and almost 20 trade tables. So you're going to get to meet some really great people who know a ton of stuff about real estate and basically ways to make money. New speaker lineup schedule will be added to the site this afternoon. I think that just means she's got more information on each of the speakers that's going out. And it's also going to be posted on Facebook too. So some of our speakers are Mark Frentz, Barry McGuire. Barry McGuire is a specialist in agreements for sale. We were going to do a workshop on April 8th with Barry right here in Regina, and he can't make it. He has I believe a niece staying with him, and he said there is an opportunity to do a self-study program. So he will be talking about that at the weekend or at the event. And also, he's going to be one of our Dragon's Den panels. He's a lawyer, has done several real estate transactions and helped many people do real estate transactions, does a lot of great stuff in the community. I'm especially interested in taking his agreements for sale class. We've actually bought several apartment buildings under agreement for sale, and I just want to know how he teaches it. I think it'll be great. So I did ask him, I said, could we plan on doing it just maybe a little later in the season? So he said, absolutely, Edna, we will. So it will be coming, although it won't be on April 8th like we thought. Mark Frentz, like I mentioned, he's a mindset specialist, and he has real estate properties too. So I think you'll get a real kick out of these guys. They're absolutely amazing people. Paul Martin, again, third year in a row we've had Paul come. Paul is a real specialist on Saskatchewan. He knows what's going on in Saskatchewan, and that's what we need to hear. We all need to hear what's going on right here at home. A lot of people can't see the forest for the trees in Saskatchewan. Wonder why, right? But anyway, he does a really good talk. He's brilliant. I could sit and listen to him all day. He's funny, and he knows a lot of stuff that's going on in Saskatchewan. Shelley Hagan, my first mentor ever, absolute fantastic person. She's so brilliant. She's going to teach you some fast ways to cash, because that's something that people like to see in real estate, because they can learn how to make money quickly, so they can pay for their education or whatever that they're wanting to look at. Then Marcin Rhodes, he's a specialist in cash flow. I've seen one of his articles just recently, and he says, everyone says cash is king. cash flow is king, and I agree with him. And there's more than real estate to get cash flow. So he's going to speak about some of that. Then we have Chelsea Lemke. Our charity of choice is Habitat for Humanity, and our goal is within 2 years we want to be building our very own Habitat for Humanity house. And Chelsea's going to talk about some of the success stories, some of the people that have got houses. It's near and dear to my heart because you know what? I was a single mom. I lived in low income housing. This is a little bit different. They actually help people buy houses, no interest, that sort of thing. So it really, really makes a difference. And then our very own Tyler Hasman and Bailey Mosimann are going to be on stage sharing their success story. They are brilliant. They're 20 years old and they have their first apartment building they've took possession December 1st, and we are booked to take possession of 24 more units this month with Tyler and Bailey. So we're very excited to share their success story with you. They're also going to be on my success panel, so you'll hear more of their story. They're going to share with you some of the things that they've learned, and they're a lot of fun to listen to. You guys are you're gonna enjoy them. Next up, Shawna Goal. Shawna actually spoke she was in my mastermind last year, and she spoke at one of our Profit in the Prairies real estate events, and her topic is dream big, something about dream. I can't remember exactly, but all I remember is it was such a good topic. And so I invited her to come and speak to this at this event, and I think you'll all get a lot out of it, because I think that's one of the challenges that a lot of us have, is our ability to dream big. We talked about that at the event this weekend. Or this week, because a lot of people, their dreams aren't big enough, so they're not motivated to get up and really, really get moving. They want a little bit. You know what? It's actually easier, more motivating when you want a lot. So don't be scared to dream big. Everybody dream big. Shawna's going to help us with that. There's some exercises and everything that we can do. If that's a challenge with you, definitely want to sit through that. And then one of my 90 Day to 5K students has reached out to me and asked to be given a chance to share what he's learned over the years as a real estate investor. And his name is Dave Rathbone, and he's going to be sharing some of his what he's learned and some of the shortcuts that he can share with you. Amanda has put on here, certified dream builder coach and life mastery is what Shawna's going to be speaking about. So perfect. Just going to say hi. A few more people have joined on here. We've got, what did I do? I knocked it back to the beginning. Okay. Oh, and thank you so much for sharing. I see a few of you are commenting and sharing. That's awesome. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Charmaine. She says our 10-month-old grandson Elon has also joined. It's never too early to start working on mindsets. Oh, Charmaine, he's so lucky to have you as a grandma. Oh, Sasha and 11 others shared my video. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. 25 people are watching right now. Good morning, Logan. Logan's working on his first apartment deal as we're speaking. He has raised his first $100,000, so we're very excited. Congratulations, Logan. Logan's been a student of mine for how many months has it been? Maybe 10 months now, so this is exciting. And then Amanda's put on here the group that I mentioned to find an accountability partner is facebook.com groups. So reach out there and get an accountability partner. Good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, Andrew. Lindy says, I got to run. Have an amazing Monday. You too. And and then Chandel's put up a post about where you can still get your tickets for the 2017 Pref event. It's going to be so good. Good morning, Tyler. Jill says, hi JJ, are you going? And I'm not sure if I've got JJ as a ticket holder. We'll have to have a look. Tyler says, I'm very much looking forward to all the speakers at the event. Great lineup. Yes, it is a great lineup. And Jane, my neighbor. We kept Jane up till about midnight last night playing cards. She's such a good sport. We missed her. Her and her husband were gone all last weekend off to Houston. So as soon as we noticed they were home and we were home at the same time, we dragged them over for some cards. Thanks, Jane. Thanks for being on. Okay, what else do we got? Carl Allen is another one of our speakers. Now, Carl wanted to come live. He's from the UK, and he teaches people how to buy businesses with none of your own money. I am in his program right now, and I am learning a ton. And he's going to do a live, recorded webinar, and then he's going to come on live and answer questions. And he has a home study program. That's the one that I'm involved in. He also has a mastermind that he's going to talk to us a little bit more about. And this is something that is going to be coming up as part of my program pretty soon, because I think learning how to buy real estate is so cool. And if I can add business in there with none of our own money, that's just as powerful. So exciting, especially if there's some real estate attached to it, right, guys? And then, of course, we have our very own talented team, Jason and Chandel of Think Big Marketing, who are going to be talking about how to get your business off the ground with the proper marketing. And I had some of the group that I was meeting with down in New York asking me about my my marketing team. So Jason and Chandel, if you get a call from Kelly, the dentist who already has a fabulous business, I was telling him all about you, and he was checking out some of my stuff, and he said, yeah, he wants to get to know you guys. So that's awesome. And then, of course, I will be there speaking about our experiences, what we've been able to do, $47 million. And it's actually been about, it was in about 8 years from when we started to, we haven't bought anything this year yet, but we're working on it. We've done a lot in a very short period of time, and we're enjoying it. You know, that it's a big thing. It's a big difference between doing stuff and not enjoying it and having a lifestyle that you absolutely love. And I can say sincerely that I absolutely love what I do. It's so inspiring, and it's so awesome to be able to see my students having success, and getting to learn how to buy real estate right here at home. Because so many times people come in from all over the world, and we've had many speakers and trainers come in from all around the world talking about how great things are in Ontario and Vancouver and Edmonton and Calgary and all through the States. And very few people that tell us how great we have it here, right here at home. So I invite you to check out the 3-day event. It will change your life. I absolutely know that. Everybody who's went to the event got great feedback. And I've had people saying, you know what, although it's never been the same, I don't know if I can say it's better than last time or not. It's different. It was great. So you'll meet some really fantastic people here. So I really hope to see you out. And if anyone has any questions, reach out to me. Chandel's also put the Facebook connection for Ninja Acquisitions online. So if that's something that interests you, reach out. But he is going to be here talking and answering questions for all of us at the event. And I'm talking to him about coming out to Regina to do a couple-day workshop. Okay, well, I have got 10:30, and so that gives me about a half an hour in, and I usually like to finish up on time because I know everybody's got work to do. I hope I helped you with your mindset, and I really hope to see you guys at the event. It'll be great. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. Hey, good morning, Janine. I just seen that you joined. Chandel says, I'm going to be there solo this time. Oh, Jason's not going to come. Oh, well, we'll miss him, but we love you, so you come. We'll have lots of fun with you. Okay, so any questions? Oh, Carla says, great way to start the week. Thanks, Carla. I look forward to talking to you this week. It's so exciting to see my students just moving forward on what they're learning in my 90-day to 5K program. I love getting the homework and going through it and just seeing the growth. So thanks, everyone, and we'll see you Friday for Free Coaching Friday. and we're going to talk about some real estate investing strategies, something that you can share with people you know, so that you can start attracting investors to your deal. So have a good day, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Bye for now.